Hello all, welcome back to Edumon tutorial series. I'm Guru Renuka, instructor for the subject Elements of Electrical Engineering. In this lecture, we are going to study about the losses in a DC machine. That is about copper losses, iron or core losses, mechanical losses and power stages in a DC generator. Losses in a DC machine. DC machine here it means both the generator and the motor too. Okay. So the losses in a DC machine can be classified into three. They are the copper losses, iron or core losses and the mechanical losses. Okay. Copper losses. These are due to the current in various windings of the machine. What are the windings we have? The armature winding, shunt field winding, series field winding, right? So the armature copper losses Ia square Ra. For shunt field, the copper losses ISH square RSH. For series field, the copper losses ISE square into RSE. Okay, these are the copper losses. When coming to the iron or core losses, these losses occur in the armature of the machine, and that is due to the rotation of the armature in the magnetic field of the poles. And this iron or core losses are further two types. They are the hysteresis power loss and the eddy current power loss. In the previous lectures we have learned what hysteresis loss is and how to calculate it, right? So there are a number of continuous magnetic field reverses the armature faces, and so the hysteresis power loss PH is eta into B max per 1.6 into F into V watts, where this B max is the maximum magnetic flux density. Okay, this is the maximum magnetic flux density in the armature. In this F, it is the frequency of magnetic reversals, that is NP by 120, where here N is given in RPM. This V, it is the volume of armature in meter cube, and this eta is the Steinmetz hysteresis coefficient. Okay, in order to reduce this loss in DC machine, this armature core is made of such material which has a low value of this eta. So if the value of this eta is low, this power loss can be reduced, right? So the material of the armature is made with a material such that this eta is low. Then coming to eddy current power loss. So when armature rotates in the magnetic field of the poles, an EMF is induced in it, right? And this induced EMF circulates eddy currents in the armature core. The power loss due to this eddy currents is called the eddy current power loss. And how do we reduce it? How do we reduce the eddy current loss? That is through the armature core is built up in thin laminations insulated from each other by a thin layer of varnish. Okay, now let's look at what this eddy current power loss is. It is PE. PE is KE into B max square into F square into T square into V. This is 2.2. Okay, watts. The units are watts. So here this KE is a constant, and this B max, it is the maximum magnetic flux density in the core. And coming to F, F is the frequency of magnetic reversals, and T is the thickness of the lamination. The laminations, I told you now, this armature core is built up in thin laminations. These are insulated from each other by a thin layer of varnish. So the lamination thickness is given by T, and V is the volume of the core. So this is about armature and this is about the core. And then to this eddy current loss depends upon the lamination thickness T. So the thickness should be small in order to reduce the eddy current power loss. So this is about hysteresis power loss and this is about the eddy current power loss. And these two combinedly give the iron or core losses. Coming to mechanical losses. These are due to the friction and windage. Friction losses are the bearing friction or the brush friction, etc. Windage loss are the air friction of the rotating armature. These three combinedly give the losses in a DC machine. there's another loss. We call this iron losses and mechanical losses combinedly as stray losses. Okay, and this losses in a DC machine can be classified in another way also, that is as constant losses and variable losses. So the total losses are constant losses plus variable losses. What are the constant losses? They are iron loss, mechanical loss, and the shunt field copper loss. These three combinedly form the constant loss, whereas the variable losses are this armature copper loss and the series field copper loss. These two together form the variable losses. This thing, it is important in while solving problems. When you solve problems, they'll give you the constant loss, they'll give you some value for the constant loss, and they'll give you IA, RA, ISC, RSC values, and they'll ask you to find out the total loss. When they ask you, you have to do it using this method. Okay. Power stages in a DC generator. The various power stages in a DC generator, I am representing it in a diagram, in this diagrammatic way. Okay, so what is a generator? Which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, right? That is what we call a generator. So this is a mechanical power input A, and this is the electric power output C. In between we have electric power developed in the armature B. Okay, and between A and B there are iron and friction losses, and between the stages B and C there are copper losses. Okay, so what is the mechanical efficiency Nm? That is the output by the input. So it is B by A. That is electric power developed in the armature by the mechanical power input. That is what I have written here, EGIA by mechanical power input. Okay. Then the electrical efficiency, that is electric power output by the electric power developed in the armature. So NE is C by B. So electric power output VIL by electric power developed in armature, that is EG into IA. And then what is the total efficiency? That is the commercial or the overall efficiency. We denote it as NC, that is C by A. So it is the electric power output by the mechanical power input. So VIL by mechanical power input. If you observe, this NC is Nm into Ne. Okay, and what is NC? NC is the output by input, right? And what is output? Output is input minus losses. So NC equals to input minus losses by input. Now we will look for the condition, how to attain the maximum efficiency. That is, we'll consider a DC generator. In this, it depends upon the load. This efficiency of the DC generator varies with the load. So if we consider a shunt generator which has a load current IL and the terminal voltage V. So what is the generator output? It is V into IL, right? And the generator input is output plus losses. Just now we have studied that the total loss is constant losses plus variable losses, right? If you see the shunt generator once, this is how the shunt generator looks, right? And the armature current IA is divided as ISH and IL, and the power developed in the armature is EG into IA, and the power delivered to the load is V into IL. So remember these three things, we are going to use them now. So condition for maximum efficiency, the generator output is V into IL, whereas the generator input is output plus losses. And what are the losses? They are variable loss plus constant loss. The output is VIL, right? Variable losses are IA square into RA, right? And whereas the constant losses, let them be WC. And this armature current IA is IL plus ISH. Just now I have shown you. And we have learnt in shunt generator that a part of the armature current flows through shunt field winding and rest flows through the load. And this ISH is very little. So we can neglect ISH. So in place of IA, I am substituting IL plus ISH. Since ISH is very small, we are neglecting it, and so generator input is VIL plus IL square RA plus WC. WC is the constant losses. Now what is the efficiency? It is the output by input. So output VIL by the input VIL plus IL square RA plus WC. If I take VIL common, this is what I get. 1 by 1 plus ILA RA by V plus WC by VIL. Since this efficiency varies, the efficiency of the DC generator varies with the load, we are going to, okay, see, how do we find the maximum efficiency? When this efficiency is maximum, when this denominator is minimum. So when is this denominator minimum? We'll find it through the first derivative, right? In M1, I guess you have learnt. So the minimum, the first derivative with respect to IL, load current, because the efficiency of DC generator varies with the load. So D by DIL of IL RA by V plus WC by VIL. So RA by V is constant, right? That is, I'll show you here. D by DIL of RA by V into IL. This is constant, okay? And plus WC by V into 1 by IL. This is what I have written here. So derivative of x with respect to x is 1. So RA by V into 1 plus WC by V is constant. Derivative of 1 by x with respect to x is minus 1 by x square. So minus 1 by L square equals to 0. So RA by V equals to WC by V into 1 by IL square. So what do I get? IL square equals to WC by RA. And so IL equals to root over WC by RA. And if you observe here, what is this? IL square RA equals to WC. What is IL square RA? It is variable loss. Variable loss is IA square plus, IA square into RA. This IA is IL plus ISH square whole square RA. Since this ISH is small, we are neglecting it and we get IL square into RA. So this is the variable loss. So the variable loss equals to constant loss. So what we get is, when we consider the armature current to be nearly equal to the load current, the efficiency of the DC generator will be maximum when the load current is such that the variable loss equals to the constant loss. Okay, this is how we get the maximum efficiency. In this lecture, we have seen about losses in DC machine and the power stages in DC generator, and as well as the maximum efficiency, condition for maximum efficiency. In the next lecture, we will look at applications of DC generators and the DC generator characteristics. So that's it for this lecture, guys. See you soon.